y'all, it's Maggie Amburgey here, formerly known as Maggie Near, and today I'm here to be a part of the OSIA Leads Beyond the Ring series and share how the Ohio Club Lamb Association and Ohio sheep industry alike have really shaped my future and made me who I am today. So let's get started. I grew up in Champaign County, Ohio, and honestly, raising sheep and being around the sheep industry is really all I've ever known. By the time I came into the picture, my dad had about 40 club lamb ewes, and my sister was making her Pee-wee showmanship debuts. And so it's really just what I always wanted to be involved in and what I was always around. And so here, as you can see, today I'm still a part of it. My husband, Jordan, and I have Amburgey Genetics, where we focus on raising club lambs. So the passion is still there many, many years later. It's who we are. It's what we do, and it's what we love. And so I'm very proud to be a part of this industry. And I hope you youth exhibitors will have that same passion and stick with it because you are the future of this. And so after I aged out of showing and my show career was over, that's really when I took to livestock judging and became serious about that. For college, I went to Blackhawk East Community College on a livestock judging scholarship and spent 2 years there and got my associate's degree in animal science, and spent a year on their livestock judging team. And then I transferred to Oklahoma State University and majored in animal science and agricultural communications, and was also a member of their livestock judging team. So that's kind of my background in education and involvement through college. Now, currently, I work for Purina Animal Nutrition as a small ruminant technical specialist. So when I'm not feeding my own sheep or, picturing our own sheep for online sales, I am more than likely in somebody else's barn surrounded by sheep. So it is what I do day in and day out. And so, with my career, I consult with other producers just like myself and many of you all, and kind of help them with their nutrition program or maybe problems that they may have. And so I covered the east of the Mississippi. Before all this coronavirus stuff happened, many weeks I was on an airplane traveling somewhere on the East Coast. So that's kind of what I do now. Has showing impacted your career? Most definitely, yes. If I had not been a part of the Ohio Club Lamb Association, that's what it was called back when I was in there, I really wonder what my life would look like now, because I truly owe everything to it. If it wasn't for showing lambs, I probably would have never been so involved within the livestock judging industry. If I hadn't been involved in the livestock judging, I wouldn't have the networking I have had in order to get the jobs that I have gotten. And so it's really one thing leads to another. And so, yes, it has most definitely impacted everything that I am and everything that I have done up to this point. What piece of advice would I give to those maybe looking for a career in animal nutrition or in agriculture? I would say that networking is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Those who are older than you, those people that you look up to, really make a relationship with them and connect with them and pick their brain. Networking goes so far, especially in the agricultural industry. Our industry is very, very small. And so I would say that is definitely the number one tool that can help you in your future in finding a career. So how did showing and raising livestock influence your life decisions? Kind of already hit on this. Had it not been for showing livestock, I wouldn't be where I am today. Like I said, one thing kind of leads to another. And so, the discipline that you learn, the responsibility that you learn, the decision-making that comes into play, being a good sport when maybe you didn't have the best day in the ring, all of those things, you're not just showing sheep. It's life lessons, and it's real life. And so I wish that I would have cherished that a little more back then, because once you grow up and get into a career and have a big girl job, you don't really realize all of those things that you did throughout your career, or the things that happened to you really shape how you take on life. When disappointment comes your way, how you react to it is what's gonna either make or break you. So maybe you stand next to last in class one day. You can either go back and kick water buckets, or you can, let it sting for a little while and then go home and work a little bit harder. And I think that mentality gets people who are involved in the livestock showing, judging industry, animal agriculture. That's what gets those types of people so much further in their life and in their career, because life is 90% what happens, or 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it. And so we can have either a negative or a positive attitude. And so I really think, those situations that we're put in when we are showing is what gets us further in life. And it's what makes us different. It's what makes us stand out to potential employers. And so just really, when negative things happen to you, use it as a lesson. Use it to make you better. That's my advice. What did you enjoy most about showing and raising livestock? There's nothing like peeking out the window of the barn and seeing a new baby lamb be born. Even, still today, that just gets your heart racing. There's something about it that is just, if you raise livestock, the feeling, and it never gets old. So that's definitely my favorite part of raising them. And what was my favorite part about showing? Honestly, just the friendship and the competitiveness and the people that you meet, the friends, the lifelong friendships that you make throughout showing. There's nothing that my parents could have done or involved me in that would get me where I am today, like the clubland industry. So I'm very, very thankful for that. What do you miss most about showing? Obviously being in the ring, walking the lamb through that gate. I miss that feeling very, very much. But I miss the friendship and the people, and every weekend seeing your best friends, getting to hang out with them. And, those are things that you really take for granted when you're young enough to be in it and be a part of showing. So I miss a lot of things, but those are the main things. What was my favorite show and why? I would say Scarlet and Gray, when it was held at the Ohio State Fairgrounds. There was something about being at the Ohio State Fair that kind of had a whole new feeling to it. And then also as a bonus, Andy Sloan and I always got a birthday party with our best friends. So that was also an added bonus. And then I also have another one. I would say Old Washington. That was the last jackpot show before State Fair. And everybody was kind of, it's more of a laid back vibe, and vow winners would always bring popsicles and fudge bars. And so can't complain about that. That was really fun. Are you still connected to the friends and people you met during your show career? Most definitely, yes. And, a lot of them are doing the same thing as what, Jordan and I are doing. They're raising club lambs. They're a part of the industry. They're judging shows. They're giving back. And so it's really neat to see the individual paths that people take, whether it be in their career or what breed they decide to raise, or, just the differences and the different paths they take, but yet knowing where we all came from. It was really neat at the National Livestock Judging Contest, our last judging contest in senior college, standing up there, and I look over and Adam Heffinger is right beside me, and I can't remember what we were getting caught out for. Maybe it was top 10 overall. And Adam was right beside me, and just knowing that Adam and I grew up, from little bitty kids to, seniors in college, competing alongside each other and being right beside each other. It was really neat to see. And so very much so, I'm still connected with those that I showed with. What's one piece of advice that you would give exhibitors and kids today? Well, there's many, but I'll keep it brief. When you're in high school, or, you're all you want to do is grow up. You're like, I can't wait to go to college. I can't wait to have more freedom. And then let me tell you, you get to college or you get to big kid life and you're like, man, I would do anything to go back again. So I would just say live in the moment and cherish every moment. Don't wish it away. Don't wish for tomorrow, because there might never be a tomorrow. And thankfully, we're lucky to see another day. But I would just say live in the moment and don't wish it away. Don't wish for your senior year to come, because you'll want it back just as fast. So that would most definitely be it. And then, just always have an open mind and explore opportunities. Like my last year, I showed a steer and I showed hogs and I showed a goat. And so just having an open mind, parents may be saying, no. But honestly, those are some of the funnest moments, because you get done working your sheep and you go and, work with your goats, and they have a personality of their own, and they'll just make you laugh. And walking hogs with my dad after we would get done with a intense sheep session that night in the barn. Those are just really fun things that stick out to me, and trying something different and, being a part of a lot of different sectors of our industry. Just make yourself well-rounded, because it's only going to benefit you going forward. So like I said, thanks again for letting me share a little bit about my story, and it's, what you guys are doing and the things that you are involving your kids in is second to none. And honestly, I couldn't say enough about what the industry has done for me, and especially the Ohio sheep industry. Now that I'm in a different state and I look at, the things that I was just accustomed to that Ohio had, and now a lot of others don't have that opportunity. So you are the lucky ones, and you are very, very fortunate, and make the most of every opportunity. See you guys.